brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the San Francisco 49ers and the Los Angeles Rams. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This one taken from the 7. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Cut. 180. 54. Maverick. Exit.
Oh, they go with a tight end carry. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On second and 9, Goff nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Goff. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
Let's go.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr.
Didn't have the greatest field position to start, did they? And now, after this sack, it's way, way worse.
And right off the bat, first play of the game. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
21.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he hits his target, Deshaun Hamilton. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Complete to the running back, Matt Breida. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And his first carry, he loses the football. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line.
Two. Check nine. Big ass. Pilot, 64, weak. Shift, watch the shift.
Goff turns and gives to Gurley. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Goff, and able to find Allen Lazard. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That's a gain of 13, first down Rams.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
What? 20. You think it's the mic? Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. Jim.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
180.
Goff going to hand it to Gurley. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? A big play there for the Niners. 42 yards. Well, this is the reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Runs like that might get him another award.
Yeah, thunderbolt right out of the gate, huh? How about that, hitting the defense hard early? And, of course, carrying the momentum from last week into this week's game.
On first down, here's Breida. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. Gonna run the sweep here. This is Cobb. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on third down.
Rip right. 13. 54 Mike. Check. Watch 54.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. The drive stays alive. A third down gain of 8.
First down.
Here we go. Black 80. 12, fellas. Here we go. You don't see me and you're not me. Hatchet. Hey, alert 3.
Garoppolo gives to Breida. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
On second down, a run with Breida. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
From the gun on third, Garoppolo. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Samson Ebukam coming in to drop him for a loss of 8. And it also brings up fourth. The 49ers are going to turn over to the special teams crew. The field goal unit is out there now. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will tie us at 3-3. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. There's Goff. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long.
Hey, Haywood.
From the gun, here's Goff. This pass complete to Reynolds. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 30 yards there. And, of course, the first down as well.
Now, that one hurts defensively. They force him into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3 and out. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
And watch the leg. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Got 180. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. So,
here's Gurley now out of the gun. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Here's Goff. He's got the hook up to Lazard. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. Here we go. It's Gurley. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Out of the gun. Gone. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. A really nice gain of 25 yards. This will be the first red zone opportunity now for the Rams. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Now Goff. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Quit talking about it and bring it.
Back to the ground game here. Gurley. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. The Rams on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10.
17.
Here's Goff. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 30-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want a drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants a drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. No.
Running out of the gun here, Breida. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that would look like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
To throw again on second down, Garoppolo. He's got this complete to Hamilton. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. The Rams go nickel here defensively on third.
Got to do better. One, Omaha. Switch. Kill. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Check 43. Switch. Check 99. Alert flare. Check 50.
They'll run him now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. And a loss of 3 to bring up fourth.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8.
Check 37. Whip. Watch the whip. Set hunt. 36. Lock. Check 26. Topper.
Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. Well, maybe a nice psychological boost there just to get back to even with that field goal as we head towards half.
Coaching 101 always says at halftime, play it like it's 0-0 on the scoreboard. Well, in this case, it's level, right? Same score each side. Just start over. Now you get the second half to play.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis? And down he goes. The 49ers get there. And now the Niners going to signal for... For their third and final timeout, as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
180. 54. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Undercrush, undercrush, undercrush. Check the hot read. Hold on. Check. Right there. Hey, foxtrot.
On first down, it's gone. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
Lim. 56. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come on. He don't want it. Check that.
The final shot before break here. Goff. He's going to take a shot at the end. And it'll be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we have reached halftime here with not much scoring between these two teams. 6-6 our score. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
Their own 29-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
33-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
13.
They run again with Breida. And he'll get 2, maybe 3, up near the 37.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Brings up 4th down.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. Garoppolo, quarterback sneak. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. So, Charles, talk about a play that could prove pivotal. And I mean pivotal. That decision right there could be really costly.
Without a doubt. You talk about taking a chance there and deciding you're going to go all in, as they like to say. That's exactly what that one was, and it didn't pay off.
Yeah, inside their own territory, game tied, this stage of the contest, boy. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Ric Flair.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brings it 2nd and 12. At the Niners' 40-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Hey, Shell. Under 10.
Goff now looks to throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
Right there.
Throwing on third. Goff. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. They get 7 there, but it brings up fourth. So now here comes the field goal team for the third time today. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And this won't get there, won't be online either. It's no good, off to the right, and we will remain tied here in this third quarter.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
Once again, they run with Breida on first down. And he's got this down to the 35. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Check safety. Switch.
Out of the shotgun, Breida. Micah Kiser was in on the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Check nickel. Check crunch.
From the 31, Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
One, Omaha. Shoot. Hey, switch gears.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
Switch. Watch twins. Check.
This is Breida. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Garoppolo on the bootleg. Rolling to his left. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
On third down, a run from Breida. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Now, that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
And this one is right through. And they take the lead here as it's now 9-6. All 9 points for him coming via the field goal, and this last one puts him out in front.
All the field goals are great, But you know I'm going to get pessimistic here, right? Because you can't score touchdowns to win games in the NFL. I just wonder if all these field goals, great now, I wonder if they'll come back and haunt them later on.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Get a little closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now it's gone. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Right there. Watch the run.
From the gun on 3rd down, gone. He'll rifle this one deep into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Lock. Check 52. Hey, check 24. Check 24.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
There's Garoppolo to throw. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They defer to Brown to start the drive. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. The pass rush specialist, Dee Ford, in on the stop.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hold on. Check. Get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Goff. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
A shotgun snap for Goff. That's into the hands of Reynolds. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. He gets 7 out of it, and he also gets a first.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
180. 54. 76. Tell him. 76. Done.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and a yard at the 39-yard line.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard.
25, check 25, check.
DC.
Back to throw, gone. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 36. And into the end zone. A pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Short throw pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And that one's complete to Gurley. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10. Goff now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 49. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. Who we got? Big air. 80 weapons. Shit. 21.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Here we go.
The Niners on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 5. Now a give coming right is Breida. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one going the wrong direction. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Mike Hilton, and his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
Rush in.
Now it's Breida. And nothing but daylight ahead. Touchdown, 49ers. Matt Breida, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. So what was already a game to remember becomes even more so as that touchdown run, a lengthy one, takes him over 200 yards now for the game.
And I love the fact that to get over 200, it took a pretty good sprint, didn't it? I mean, a lot of times you get 1 or 2 yards and oh, he's over 200 yards. But that really put an exclamation point on the game he's having. Fantastic. A lot of fun to watch.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take him? And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
I'm coming. Hatchet. Hey, alert 3. Mike's 50.
They run with Breida. And this carry, despite the good move, will be stopped short of the 10. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you. Out. Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Check pass. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch.
And they take a knee.
It's a loss of a yard, and it's third down.
So the victory here for San Francisco, and it was their defense that really made the statement